Thursday saw the reveal trailer for Adventure Awaits and small game update. Hello, my name is Jennifer and welcome to my Sims 4 news video. So we're going to start with that game update and then go on to talk about the trailer and the blog post and everything that I've seen and my thoughts on the new expansion pack coming out on October 2nd. So first we got this tweet, and it was also on their Discord and whatnot, about the patch that came on Thursday. And essentially it was to address the extended length of time the confirm button remained grayed out after players disabled packs, and it was based on community feedback, and essentially that's all the patch notes said too. It was so minor it didn't even disable mods, and mods weren't impacted by this update. However, the August 19th update did impact on quite a lot of script mods. So on Friday, the Sims Direct had tweeted that they're aware some script mods were impacted by their August 19th update, and then essentially if you're experiencing issues after removing mods or never use mods, please post and share your save file to aid in their investigation. And this essentially is what they're linking to this. I'll link to everything down below, but if you are having problems from primarily really the August 19th update, here are some things that you can do. Just pause and take a look at it. It's the same thing that I go over. With the update, I still would probably delete my local thumb cache file and repair my game in the A app, because that's how I play before I go in and play, but I do that after every update. So moving along to the trailer. So here was the tweet, and of course they shared it on various social media with the trailer. They actually included the trailer in it, and then they followed up to say, make new friends, real or imaginary, because imaginary friends are back. Discover new activities, explore interests in more, kayaking, archery, imagination, competition, it all awaits. And that links to the blog post, which we'll take a quick look at after. But also the gameplay trailer is really soon. It is coming on Wednesday, September 10th, and there is already a premiere on YouTube for it, so it'll tell you what time it is in your own time zone. It's the same time, 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, which is my time zone, but when we go take a look at that, you'll see that it shows it for your own time. So let's take a quick look at the trailer, and I'll talk a little bit about my thoughts about it. I know there's some concerns that it's coming out really soon after the last expansion pack, but honestly, if you take a look back over the history of pack releases, they're kind of all over the place. There's never been one where there's only been one other year where we had 3 expansions, and there was a bigger gap between the summer and, quote, the fall expansion release, but there was a stuff pack in the middle. And last year with Lovestruck and then Life and Death, the time difference between those releases was not much different than this. It was a little bit further apart, but like by a week or maybe 2, maybe not that much, but in that range. So, and I'm guessing they wanted it closer to summer because you can see they're going to a getaway camp, which is kind of summery. So maybe that was why they're releasing it now versus then. And fun, we're going to get modular playgrounds. They look pretty big, I have to say. I'm not sure how much room or where I'm going to be able to place them, because my community park lots are already full up. But I'll try and make something work. The ability to hide and seek, which looks quite fun and cute. Lots of things for kids to do. Archery, they only show kids being able to do it, so I'm not sure if that's something that only kids can do or if it's going to be something for everybody, but I only ever see it for kids. And there's a new career, camp director. We'll go look at it a little bit more in the blog post. And that sim is in the world, in the game, and then we get blenders. And this getaways are, there's like this one, she's going to revive and thrive. We saw the Camp Gibby Gibby, and then there's another one that's going to come up, but you can also customize them. It's a new, I think, lot type. It looks interesting. I'm curious to get more information. And of course, the diving boards versus, right now we only have the platforms, and we're getting like short and tall diving boards and slides. And they showed the whole playground equipment, but there was also just a slide for kids to play on. I mean, I don't know if everybody can go on it, because there's also pool slides, which obviously everybody can go on. And then here's this third retreat. So these 3 are in the new world. And I'm kind of getting, so we have challenge modifiers, which I sort of looked. So there's 6 different types that were there, that if I slowed that down and looked at it and put them on the screen there. And Don gets eliminated in that. So that's kind of interesting. And an inbuilt hot tub, which is kind of good. And then here's you design your own getaways. And of course, we had seen this water woohoo in the teaser already, so now they're showing it again. The same thing that they had already seen, or shown, I should say. And then it's available October 2nd, and if you buy by the 13th, you get those 3 things, which we'll get to in the blog post in a little bit more detail then. And speaking of which, here's the trailer. So this is from YouTube, and you can go on, and it has, like, it shows these 3 things: the socks, the heater, and the kettle, where they're obviously having a drink that they made from the kettle. And you just have to buy by November 13th. So you do not need to pre-order. You just need to get it by that point. So if you're someone who likes to see how things are and if there's any issues, you can wait and see. And then there's like the description, and you can see that it shows the time for me in my time zone, and you can turn your notifications on. So here is the blog post, and it is very, very long. So I'm going to sort of touch on a few things. It has a little bit of description about the new world, and the thought is, again, that it's based on New Zealand, and you can embrace the spirit of childhood and carry it in a bold, adventurous life, meet new Sims, uncover quests, I should say, and explore new sites, discover getaways like kids camp, fitness retreat, or even a romantic contest. So those are the 3 pre-made lots. So Gibby Point is also the world in which they're excited to introduce a new getaway system with custom venues and getaway planner, expanded childhood content, including new sentiments and a playground builder, the playground set, and new activities, traits, careers, objects, challenges, and more. And then there's like a little index of everything covered in the blog post, which, as you can see, is quite a lot. So here's the getaway. So the world has 3 neighborhoods, and when you go later, they had creators make the lots, and there were 11 lots in the world that they built already. So we know for sure there's at least 11 lots in the world. I hope there's like at least 1 or 2 more that are empty. Hopefully, because I don't really like bulldozing lots that are there, but I usually like to build my own, but that has some information. And there's the picture from the blog post. So you have the geyser that expands, or, comes up. It's like a sightseeing thing. The jellyfish. And then they're like panning for crystals in that one picture in the bottom. And then there's a little creature there. So here's the little blurb that goes with it. Sims can unwind at boardwalk festivals, grab the controller of a retro gaming console, catch butterflies, which they're doing in the top right hand corner, accept quests from a curious local who I think is that one that's dressed up like a bird, who may actually be the last surviving large plum bird to roam Gibby Point. So, I don't know. I thought it was a sim dressed up as that, but it is what it is. And then here's the playground equipment. Now, fun, and you have the imaginary friends, the little girl on the bottom left. That's one of the 4 types of imaginary friends, and they're playing rock, paper, scissors in the middle, the 2 kids. And then they have like the crafts, which from what I can see in the trailer and pictures, you can just put that and they can do it on the table versus requiring an activity table. I kind of wonder if you could do them at the kids' activity tables also. And again, in that picture, you can see a child playing with the archery. So it does seem like it's art kids. I don't know. Seems a bit odd to me. But also, you can see there's an adult on the play system and the child climbing up the slide. So an adult can get up there at least. And I thought in the trailer towards the end when they did the custom build, I wasn't sure if it was an adult coming out of the slide. And given the adults can go on the slides for like the water slides, I would think maybe they could. I don't know. Curious to find out. So here we go for the young and the young at heart. The magic of play begins in childhood. In Adventure Awaits, child Sims can shape their personality and skills through formative moments, new traits, and evolving childhood sentiments that influence experiences well into adulthood. I'm very curious to find out more about that. I have to say, I play with families and kids a lot, so this is like right up my alley. So, yeah. Let young Sims explore papercraft, archery, diving, and even entomology, or build sprawling modular playgrounds to make adventure time even more thrilling. They can enjoy classic games like hide and seek or rock, paper, scissors, and take on challenges that build both confidence and connections. And that confidence makes me think, because currently the confidence that I thought it was something from Growing Together, but maybe it was a base game thing. It's supposed to show a temporary, like what it is, like strong or whatever. I don't know. We haven't had it working for a while, but it just shows neutral now. And I wonder if they were working on this and that was why that was an issue. And maybe that will be hopefully fixed in the game update that comes before it. Then it goes on to say, if your child sim isn't the cool kid on the block, a new kid-focused aspiration in the pack, and they're having trouble making friends, try an imaginary one. That's right, chat. Imaginary friends are here. Choose from 4 distinct dolls and 4 unique personalities, including goofball, creative, competitive, and evil. Each one will interact and bond with their sim in their own special and possibly chaotic way. Caution, evil friends do not come with extra smoke detectors, so I think I'll probably be avoiding the evil ones because it sounds like they might cause fires. For adult Sims in Gibby Point, wrinkles and gray hair may be optional. Playtime, however, is not. And this place is full of adventures, thrills, and new activities like kayaking, water sliding, and working out at the fitness center. For the truly outdoorsy, the new park worker career offers 2 paths: camp counselor and park ranger, perfect for keeping adventure alive year-round. So I'm curious if those are like work from home careers or if they're just going to be rabbit hole careers. I guess we'll find out maybe more in the gameplay trailer that's coming very soon from from the time this goes out. So here's another picture, of the pool, the 2 heights of the diving boards. I'm actually quite happy to have the lower one because that'll probably work inside pools, whereas the tall one looks like it's honestly about the height of the current platform that you got from Get Together. And I think maybe it came with one of the kits. I can't remember. I don't use them that often unless I have room, but I also don't have pools very often. And then there's the hot tub over there that's built in, and the slide. And that is definitely an adult on the slide, the water slide going down. So here we have, if you build it, they will come. So if the 3 established getaways don't fill your adventure cup, you can design your own and play by your own rules. With a new features, custom venues, and getaway system, you can craft unique escapes for your Sims and their friends. Getaways can last a day or more and be anything from restful to challenging. Schedule activities that'll help your Sims recharge and maybe meet new friends. And you can even apply rules to your getaway. For example, for those who love reality dating shows, elimination rules will have Sims competing to outlast each other. And then there were like 5 other categories, which we saw and I had summarized in the trailer. And I remember cooking, and it was like a creative one, and everybody hates each other. I can't remember, but I'll throw it on there again for you to see, which I don't see it right now as I'm recording this. Build and decorate your unique custom venues however you want. Decide what kinds of activities are available there and share it to the gallery for others to enjoy. So I'm thinking this is something that you could have in other worlds and not just this new world, hopefully. Imagine a beachfront lot that serves smoothies by day. Yes, this pack has blenders and transforms into a bustling dance club by night. Need some more inspiration for your perfect getaway? Check out the builds made by Simmers below in You Make the Sims. So I'm really curious about this custom venues. I'd like to know a little more. I would think hopefully it's not buggy. I know For Rent had some bugginess, but this might be different because it's not like it's like adding. I think the issue with the For Rent residential rentals is that it makes the saves bigger and larger saves are more likely to get corrupt, where this probably isn't going to do quite the same thing, hopefully. So here's another screenshot where you can take a look at some of the new clothes, hairstyles, and whatnot, and the kids. And there's the paper craft on the right hand side, I should say, and the free weights, of course, because there's free weights. And so it goes on to say, and what's a getaway without an itinerary? With the Getaway Planner, you can mix and match activities or test your Sims mettle with fitness challenges using the new spin bikes and free weights. Win or lose, a new competitive trait will determine just how gracious or salty they are about the outcome. So, and then again, you can upload your custom venue to the gallery. So now we go on to here's the 3 kids from the trailer, and then they're grown up, and they mention here specifically that Nigel, the one in the middle, the one who had the apple on his head, is going to be in there. I hope the other 2 are too, to be quite honest. And he serves as the camp director at Camp Gibby Gibby. So, and there's going to be a Meet the Sims article on September 17th, which seems like it's going to be a blog post. So I'm curious to see that. Now, again, if you purchase by November 13th, you get the early purchase incentive. You get cozy lighting from the Toasty Tower lamp. Hopefully it is warming. I feel like the one from Dine Out is. I don't use it very often, but if it is, I would think this would be too. And then you get the tea kettle and the socks. The socks I can see me using the most of all of those things. And then we have You Make the Sims. So we had creators JJ Bink, Daniel Builds, Griffey, Kiwi Sims, Kate, and Axie Sims build one-of-a-kind lots and getaway systems for the pack. So I'm not going to go in detail. You can take a look at the blog post, but here is JJ Bink. So they did the Love Highland custom venue in the Crystal Valley neighborhood, and they also will have the lot Whispering Water Sanctuary will be on the gallery when the pack releases on October 2nd. And here we have this lot by Danielle Builds, who has this vacation rental in Jellyfish Junction, and there also is going to be a build on the gallery when the pack releases on October 2nd. So far that's 2 lots. Now here we have Griffey, who has built 3 lots, the custom venue Camp Gibby Gibby, Plumburb Park, and Fearful Fish Lounge. So there is obviously a park and a lounge in the world. So she has 3. So now we're at 5 lots. Now we have Kiwi Sims Kate, and she has 3 lots. She has a residential lot, the Revive and Thrive Retreat, which is one of the custom venues, and Fletcher's Cottage, which I'm going to guess is a residential lot, but I'm not really sure, but it's still another 3 lots. And then we have Axie Sims, who has built 3 residential lots across the neighborhoods. And here's obviously one of them. Now, the blog post goes into more detail. So if you want more detail on the builds or some of the builds, go check out the blog post, which of course I'll link below. And here's just my summary of all of that. 11 lots. So there is 1 vacation rental, 1 park, 1 lounge, 3 of the custom venues, and then 5 residential lots, because I'm going to guess that the Fletcher's Cottage is a residential lot. So it is a regular world where you can, has a vacation lot. And I'm, again, really hoping that we at least have 1 empty lot. And it really would be nice if there's more than 1 empty lot. But I guess we'll find out soon enough. And then there's some music that is coming with it, and they list it there. And so 2 of them are original songs, and I guess the other ones have just been converted to Simlish, I would guess. And then they have over on the Sims Discord Camp Plum Bob. So it has some dev Q&A, so you can join the Sims Discord to get some details. So they're going to be going over Imaginary Friends on September 9th at 1 p.m. Pacific. They have Townies and Lore on September 17th. So maybe there isn't going to be a blog post, but maybe it's a combination of the 2. And then Getaway Systems on October 1st. I'm going to think maybe this is replacing doing the usual developer live stream, which we didn't get with the last pack, which I have to say I kind of miss, but we'll see how this goes. This at least is something that they're there and talking, so that would be good. So here's when you go over, there's this by Shawnee where it says Camp Plum Bob is open, and then you can go from there over to the join camp, and then if you do the icon there, it opens it up for you. And then at the time when I got this screenshot, those are the 4 things that were showing. So the map, the flagpole, campfire, which is where the chatting is going on, and the craft camp is if you're doing like the various challenges. So here was from the flagpole, there was like Camp Plum Bob and asking about your sim, and that you would show over on the craft camp and you would answer those questions, just as an example. So SimGuruNova was involved with this pack, and so I saw her responding to a few tweets, but she also forwarded the reveal trailer and said, as incredible as this trailer is, Adventure Awaits is one of those packs that shines in the gameplay reveal trailer. They have an awesome breadth of fun gameplay objects, skills, world content, etc. So many fun features to share, so please stay tuned for September 10th. Lovely. So again, we had already gone over that is when the gameplay trailer is, and as I had indicated previously, that is already set up on YouTube, so you can set up and have notifications on so you'll know when it goes live. So as to what I think currently, I would say I'm cautiously optimistic. This type of gameplay that they're showing, because I'm a family player who plays with kids a lot, seems like it might be up my alley. But I also think there's stuff that also would be there for people who play with singles, because you've got like the retreat and those things. So I do actually think the pack seems to appeal to a broad range of simmers if it's going to deliver on what it shows in the reveal trailer. And hopefully it does. From what I can gather, the team that worked on this is the same one that worked on Life and Death, and I think Life and Death was quite a good pack. So that contributes to me being cautiously optimistic about this pack, but I'm really interested to see more information. I'd love to know what you think in a comment down below, but that's going to be it for this video. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!